This video is sponsored by Insta360 and the Black Friday discounts are live right now. Get 30% off the brand new Go Ultra and a free gift using my link down below. Hello and welcome back to the channel and my roundup of quite interesting tech news from the world of cycling, which this week includes a brand new Seka aero gravel race bike. Is there a market for a high-end mechanical rear derailleur anymore? Some brand new tyres from Vittoria and Challenge for me to test and share with you first in today's video. But first, faith is restored, steel is real. Colnago have a brand new steel road bike in their range. Actually first launched last year, the Steelnovo, you might have seen it. A sensational looking, ultra modern but classical looking steel road bike. Available last year in a very limited run of just 70 frames to celebrate the 70th birthday of Colnago. And as you can imagine, they sold out straight away. But now the Steelnovo is a regular feature in the Colnago range, but still fairly limited, not as limited as before because the company can only make between 450 or 500 a year. So yeah, still quite limited, but a bit more accessible than before. And this is exciting news for fans of steel bikes, myself included, and great news for Colnago. While they're pushing forward with radical carbon aero race bikes, it's still the material where they founded their reputation and heritage back in the 70s and 80s with the likes of Eddie Merckx. So having a steel bike in their range makes a lot of sense, and one that combines the classic looks of a steel bike but all the modern features, which this one definitely does. But sadly, the silver of the launch bike last year isn't available, and you have a choice of two rather subdued pastel shades, which they look better in the flesh than the photos, but don't really do much for me. So let me know what you think of the colorways down below. So like before, it's made from Columbus tubing with 3D printed lugs, and it looks seamless. The way the tubes flow, the head tube and around the seat tube cluster looks absolutely fantastic. Both classical in terms of the proportions of the frame, but ultra modern as well. I really taps into that scene right now for steel and titanium bikes, really utilizing the latest 3D printed technique for the smooth junctions, the smooth welds from the likes of Sturdy, J Laverick and others. The geometry of the bike is largely the same as a V5 RS or C68, so quite racy. But they have given it bigger tire clearance, so very useful upgrade over the 32 on those race bikes. So you can fit up to a 35mm wide tire for more comfort, which the bike is definitely aimed at. It's definitely not a race bike. I mean, you could race it, but really a bike for long Sunday rides in nice weather. There's also a T47 bottom bracket and a UDH dropout, so you could run a one by if you want to. So if you like the look of it and you want to rush out and buy one, well, the frame set will set you back at €5,500 or complete builds starting from €15,000. So form an orderly queue and I'll see you there. Although sad you can't get the silver from the launch edition last year because the pastel shades, yeah, not really floating my boat. So yeah, a new steel bike from Colnago. Right, following in the wake of the Seka Spear from a Chinese company that I reviewed last year, linked that review above in case you missed it, it's a brand new aero gravel race bike and it looks really good and it looks almost the same as the Spear, the road race bike with similar features. Similar tube profiles around the top tube, the down tube, the head tube and even the same wind eye. The small cutout holes in the rear stays where they attach to the seat tube for apparently claimed aerodynamic improvement, but there are some obvious changes over that road race bike for the gravel market it's aimed at, and definitely aimed at the racy pointy end of the gravel scene. And tire clearance is very generous, so 56 up front and 52 in the rear. So very progressive, very modern, not the widest, but definitely wider than Canyon Grail, Cervelo Esperos and other racy gravel bikes out there. And the bike is photographed with a 1x drivetrain, but there is a front mech mount as well. You can go 2x if you prefer. And like the Spear, it's based on, there's a T47 bottom bracket, but it's also UDH, which the Spear doesn't have, so you can fit the latest SRAM Explore group set. There is down tube storage, in-frame storage, which is very popular on gravel race bikes. And the Spear had aero bottle cages, but are now joined by aero bottles as well, which we are seeing popular in the road race scene. They haven't seen aero bottles and cages on a gravel bike yet, so really pushing into that aero is everything focus on the new bike. So yeah, it looks really cool. It looks like the Spear, which has a good set of lines and shapes and proportions to my eye, and one I can't wait to test, hopefully in the future, maybe in the new year. And the bike is available as a frame set only with a choice of colours and costs $2,600, so pretty reasonable, half the price of a Specialized Crux S-Works, for example, and will be shipping in December apparently. And looking at that bike, it definitely makes me think that's what Specialized need in their range. Specialized have the Crux, the Diverge, and Diverge STR, but there is no aero gravel race bike. And what Seka have done is basically take their aero race bike and turn it into a gravel bike, which Seka have done. So Seka can do that, why can't Specialized do that? So yeah, an exciting new aero gravel race bike, definitely one to add to your shortlist if you're in the market for one next year. Today's video is sponsored by Insta360, who kicked off their Black Friday and holiday sale running from now until January 2nd. And your chance to get some good discounts on the cameras I use right here on Just Ride Bikes. Like the brand new Go Ultra, where you can save $70 on the standard and premium cycling bundles, or a whopping $100 on a brand new X4 Air. And they've even given me some exclusive discount codes for you lucky viewers. So buy an X5, my favorite camera by far, and get a free replacement lens kit just by using the link down below, or choose the new Go Ultra and you get a free 256GB SD card. How generous is that? So head to the Insta360 website, link down below, and buy yourself a brand new camera at a good price right now. This is a really interesting one and does raise a few questions and one eyebrow. So Ratio Technology, a small British company well known for making aftermarket rear derailleurs, has launched a mechanical rear derailleur that uses the SRAM UDH full mount interface. So it fits to the frame in the same way as a SRAM Explore rear derailleur. And that, to my mind, is the first aftermarket option for that SRAM full mount. Not seeing anything else out there yet. And it does make me wonder if we might see more aftermarket rear derailleurs using that interface, and whether SRAM are trying to get the lawyers to squash it out. But the company is confident it doesn't impinge on any patent laws, so yeah, we'll see. What we can see though, it's a really classy, high-end looking derailleur. It's mechanical only, no electronic, and works with 12-speed and 13-speed Shimano and SRAM cassettes up to a 52 tooth, so the mountain bike Eagle setup. And you can adjust the cable pull, so it works with different group sets, so Campag, Shimano and SRAM. The mechanical levers all have different amounts of cable pull. And one key feature of the rear derailleur, which the SRAM Explorer doesn't have, is the inclusion of high-low limit screws and a B screw. As you'll know, the SRAM Explorer has no limit adjustment on it at all, because the rear derailleur knows where it is in relation to the cassette due to the way it mounts onto the frame. But Ratio have added those adjustments back onto it, and that allows the rear derailleur, along with the cable pull adjustment, to be set up with any shifting system and any cassette you want to fit. So yeah, very flexible, very adjustable system. And if made in the UK, you can take it apart and rebuild it if you damage it with just a multi-tool. And it costs £345, which is quite punchy, but a small company making it pretty much by hand in the UK, and that price is the same as a SRAM Force Explore rear mech, but that one is made in Taiwan in much bigger numbers and economies of scale at play there. So I fully understand the pricing behind it, but the price could be a hurdle for some to overcome, and probably keeps it to being a boutique or high-end option for those people interested in that. And is it something you're interested in? Love to hear your thoughts on that. Something I'm intrigued to try, but whether there's a big market for it, I don't know. But let me know what you think by dropping a comment down below. And now to some new tyres. I love testing new tyres, and I've got some tyres from Challenge and Vittoria. We'll start with these colourful tyres, which take me straight back to 1990s mountain bike heyday. So Vittoria has completely revamped their entire gravel tyre range. They now have their attempt to make choosing the right tyre for your conditions much easier with a scale from like hard pack to mud, and a tyre that fits that type of riding. And they've dropped the naming convention and are now using a numbering convention. So T10 up to T90, and these are the new T60, which I've chosen to test as they look ideal for the current gloopy, muddy conditions in the UK. It's been raining a lot and there's a lot of mud out there, so the gravel, the powder turns to mud, and the tyre should hopefully be ideal. And then to the colour, which isn't done for fashion, and there isn't a choice of colours. It's done for ecological reasons, trying to save the environment or reduce the impact on the environment by the manufacturing process and the choice of materials in the tyre, and trying to reduce that carbon footprint, because tyres, you're not the best for the planet for the raw materials they use. So lots of recycled materials, and even old fishing nets in the cotton sidewalls. So that's kind of cool, not had that one before. So yeah, try and do their bit for the planet. And they even claim they use 92% renewable and recycled materials. And that is the colour is a side effect, a consequence of that real big focus on reducing the carbon footprint. But I guess the question is whether, are you prepared to accept the colour of your tyres for that environmental approach, or whether you're too in love with black tyres that we all know and are well used to. So yeah, that's a market choice, I guess. Let me know what you think by dropping a comment down below. It's a bold move by Vittoria, really trying to make a difference. And I think they look kind of cool, but I can see the colour being off-putting for some people. So tyres come in lots of tread patterns to suit different conditions and different widths, from 35 to 55, so very modern. These are 45, so split the difference. I prefer 45 to 50, so these should be good. A bit narrower for mud isn't a bad thing. So we're trying those over the next few weeks and months, and I'll let you know how I get on with a review very, very soon, hopefully. And then to challenge with a new road tyre. These are the company's new Stagiani, I think that's how you pronounce it, Italian for seasons, and these are their 4-season tyres. So a real big emphasis on durability and a wet weather grip for winter riding, so ideal for the weather right now. The typical downside with any tyre made for winter road riding, where durability, protection from punctures and wet weather grip is a priority, is the weight is usually higher and the ride quality feel, the suppleness goes down compared to a race tyre. But Challenge is fairly confident in saying these offer the ride feel of a top-end race tyre, but the durability and wet weather grip of a winter tyre. So potentially the holy grail of a tyre that will last you through the winter and will look after you on wet roads more than a race tyre, which can be fragile, and the compound not designed for low temperatures and riding in the rain, which this one apparently is. So it could be the holy grail of a nice, fast, grippy, durable, puncture resistant winter tyre. The tyres have a fairly unique appearance, as you might see, and if you use Challenge tyres, you'll know what I'm talking about. They are a handmade open tubeless tyre, and they don't have that vulcanization, so not pre-curved like any other tyre, which gives them amazing ride quality. The suppleness is off the scale, really, really good. But the downside, in my experience, is fitting the tyres can be trickier because there's no shape to them. But Challenge claims these should be easy to fit thanks to a brand new Easy Fit shape moulding. And I'll let you know how I get on fitting them in my review of the tyres in the next few weeks and months. They're also hookless compatible as well. They also feature a bead-to-bead reinforced super polyester casing with the company's own smart hydro tread compound, which aims to improve traction in the wet. And these are available in widths from 30 to 38 with black or sort of tan sidewall, and cost £85 each. So both brand new tyres, and they both cost £85 each. Yes, both these brand new tyres cost £85 each, which is a lot of money, but they are high-end, high-quality tyres, and definitely a lot cheaper than the tyres on my car. So that's it for my weekly roundup of quite interesting tech news. Let me know what you think of these products and these stories by dropping a comment down below. And make sure to head to the Insta360 website now for a nicely reduced camera. This video is sponsored by Insta360, and the Black Friday discounts are live right now. Get 30% off the brand new Go Ultra and a free gift using my link down below.